Memphis team, a real surprise, and they have an opportunity to make the playoffs. It'll be Joel Embiid against Jaren Jackson Jr. And we are running tonight from Wells Fargo Center. Embiid coming up with a steal on the Grizzlies' first possession. Simmons in the open floor. Embiid really struggled last night from the floor. And quite a matchup here with Valanciunas.
Valanciunas is a guy who's had success against him in the past. Brooks is still figuring out this game. There's a lot of young guys, and with that come mistakes.
Well documented. They come in with the NBA's best home record. Grizzlies yet to get a bucket here. There's Jackson. He is an excellent catch and shoot three-point shot. Jonas Valanciunas with a putback. He is fourth on their team in scoring, averaging just over 15. It's actually our first look at him with Memphis. They got him a year ago from the Toronto Raptors for Marc Gasol. Simmons, as Embiid, who was setting up interference, hits the deck. Morant, nice look for Anderson, who slams for two, and the timeout, Brett Brown. The aforementioned Tobias Harris missing inside. We should mention he's Thibault on the floor for the first time. Running the floor and laying it in is the rookie from Gonzaga, Brandon Clark. He's 6'8", 210. He was the 21st pick in last summer's draft.
Lively body is Clark. You got to put a body on it. Nice turn to the corner from Matisse.
Taking full responsibility and vowing to figure it out and get it right. Of course, the Sixers struggles really coming primarily on the road. Simmons tried to get it to Korkmaz. Intercepted by Jackson, retaken by Thibault, and there is Tobias Harris getting the easy deuce. And a timeout called by the 35-year-old head coach of the Memphis Grizzlies, Taylor Jenkins. It's to play here in the first quarter. Mike Scott on the floor for the first time as Korkmaz unloads a three, and down it goes for Furkan Korkmaz, fourth in the NBA in fast break points per game. Simmons slamming for two. Ben Simmons throwing it down. Richardson threw it away. Both teams turning it over here in the first. Oh, and what a play by Richardson after he turned it over. Embiid in rhythm for two. Joel Embiid, a fine first half, 10 and 7 boards.
He doesn't have to commit an obvious foul.
Oh, that's what we've been waiting for, Ja Morant. And that's just the first highlight. He's capable of many more. And of course, the ultimate highlight would have been had he finished the dunk where he leapfrogged over Kevin Love while Love was standing up.
Saw that, huh?
So desperate to break a 4-game losing streak, all earned on the road. Harris was fouled on the play by Kyle Anderson. You can count it.
Played from Coach Dana Altman up in Eugene.
Tyus Jones was back to put an imprint on this game earlier. Maybe that'll come Sunday when the Sixers host Chicago here. Simmons, as his defender falls, able to prance in and get two.
5 minutes with Furk. We'll get it ironed out.
Tyus Jones floating in two. He is their leading scorer.
To run your second unit poised, under control, a winner.
Simmons slamming for two, his second dunk of the game. He's got 9. Or have both. Your ball and the shrimping press. Nice assist from last 8 games. Been 74% from the line. Sixers by 13. Valanciunas marching down the lane and slamming for two.
Your defense has been engaged. Your offense at times has been really good. A nice balance of drives and threes.
Simmons, a gorgeous drive and finish, accepting the approbation. Serena winners, Ala Abdenabi, Mark Subov covering the proceedings. Another authentic fan night tonight on NBC Sports Philadelphia.
Control and finding Brooks out on the corner.
It's a nice find by Harris to Matisse Thybulle. Again, starting the second half, and he slams for 2. Just 1 for 6 in the first half. He also had 3 personal fouls. Simmons rolling in and getting the layup, and a timeout by Taylor Jenkins. Harris, a nice block out of Jaren Jackson. That's Tobias for 3, and down it goes. Tobias 2 for 2 from beyond the Sixers.
That up to the glass and in. It's not the first time we've seen him do that.
I really like his game, his pace. He plays with a unusual calm for somebody only in his second year.
Tough shot.
Simmons for Thybulle, who throws it down. The Sixers, a beautiful thing in flight.
Absolutely, a guy who's your wingman. Literally, get it? Wingman.
Simmons getting the basketball. He leads the NBA in steals, and he promptly slams, busting it open, leading by 25 for the 3rd time in this game.
That's just negligent on offense. How you pass it to Ben that so carefree. Backdoor from Ja. Well, he's had to work for them. There haven't been too many easy buckets for him that get players like him going.
Horford hits the 3, his first points of the game. As Brooks misses inside. Second and loose balls recovered to Anthony Davis of the Lakers. Tobias Harris swishing the 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3. Past the halfway point of the 3rd, running the floor, Tyus Jones. And there's a guy who's gotten a lot off the break tonight. Jones off the bench. Tyus Jones with possession. What about his younger brother Trey with Duke?
Well, he's also had himself a heck of a year. The team is counting on him like they did with Tyus.
Nicely done by Jaren Jackson Jr. 1994-95, a 24-win team that I believe my good friend Ala Abdunabi had some time with, as Korkmaz slamming for 2. And he was originally signed to a 2-way deal that allows you up to 45 days in the NBA. As getting the slam was Brandon Clark, and he'll go to the line for one more.
Iguodala, he causes some distractions because things don't pan out the way you perhaps had planned them. And yet somehow they're able to put all those beside them and still ball.
Richardson. Good to see him finding his rhythm in the second half. Dylan Brooks, 4th bucket, he's got 9. Spurred here by the Grizzlies, put him down 20. Horford hits for a 3, and down it goes for Al Horford, his second 3 of the game. Morant dropping it off, and Valanciunas slamming for 2. The Sixers only 2 points here in the 4th. Memphis run going back to the 3rd quarter. There's Horford for 3, and that most assuredly a 3-pointer for Al Horford. Horford with 10, though much earlier in the half, the Sixers had 3 players in this game with 20 or more. As Morant, you could count it, and a foul.
Obviously, bottom line, got to play defense and get this W.
Yep, sorely needed for the Sixers, trying to break a season-high tying 4-game losing streak. And who else but Furkan Korkmaz?
Offensively, they've had a productive second half without him.
Korkmaz, yes. Oh, yes. 31 for Furkan Korkmaz. And just think, the Sixers have acquired 2 more bench scorers, and Glenn Robinson the 3rd. And Alec Burks another 3. Yes! Sixers can only come close to replicating on the road what they do here at home.
I thought back then that they didn't go to him enough because he was obviously the hot hand in that game and didn't go to him, but they went to him more often here.
He's been a one-man wrecking crew at times, 15 points, but he was 4 of 12 from the floor. The big story tonight offensively, certainly Furkan Korkmaz smashing his previous career high by 10. Unloading for 34 points, a career high 7 threes as well.